One of the best ways to pass any guard as a beginner is to force the half guard and use basic principle: crossface, underhook, body positioning, and pressure. As a pressure pass, you don't pass. You apply enough pressure for your opponent to let you pass. The first thing I do is force the half guard and secure the hips while grabbing the belt. I can now go for the crossface. Crossface is generally not that hard to obtain, but the underhook is. Your opponent will frame your face and will go for an underhook. Most of the time a battle of underhook will ensue and you should never capitulate. In most half guard scenario, I will get my knee stuck between his legs. Some opponents will close their legs as hard as possible. So what I'm going to do to solve this situation? I'm going to walk my foot close to the butt to free my knee. Let me explain the pass. I will pin the leg and force the half guard. I will cross my ankle, which will prevent him from moving his bottom leg. I get my crossface, and now I will drop my base to the ground to apply even more pressure. I will grab the opposite leg and insert my left shin against his hip. I just backstep and pass. In a lot of half guard and side control scenario, I like to get a lapel and feed it to my other hand. It increases the pressure of my crossface, and my underhook end will first go to the triceps, then to the other leg. I will insert my left shin to pry open the legs and backstep. Notice that my opponent has absolutely no ability to bump into me as I control him with the lapel. As he tries to bump into me, I just secure the lapel, backstep and pass again. Sometimes your opponent is determined to win the battle of the underhooks. I will need to adapt to the situation and go for the reverse seat half guard. I will enter my left elbow up to his armpit, push myself higher and put my weight on his chest line. Now I have the perfect opportunity to backstep, secure his hips and go in a north-south position. Don't always do the same passes. Once I put my foot flat on the ground and I begin to work it close to the butt and my knee is free, I can switch to the other side to go for a knee slice. Please pay attention to the numerous details in this video. As soon as I go in half guard, I get the underhook and I get the crossface. My hands go together, my foot begin to go up. I now switch side and begin the knee slice. My forehead will smash his throat and he will give me the pass. I'm going to use the same setup, and sorry about that, I will repeat the same step, but they are so important. I get the crossface and get the underhook. That's the basic of any guard passes. I drop my hips to the ground to maximize the shoulder pressure, and I will free my knee. Same technique as usual. I work it close to the butt. Instead of going to the left, I'm going to go to the right and insert the second hook to pull myself in mount. 6 pounds. Something really vicious I like to do is when my opponent is going to frame on my hips with his hand, which is a mistake. I'm going to drop my weight on top of it, and as his elbow is stuck on the ground, it's going to do a violent wrist lock. Sometimes I fail my wrist lock, or my opponent realizes his mistake and put his forearm, which is the correct way. I'm going to peel his frame off with my knee and pass in the same time. For the white belt, I recommend to always step over the leg and force the half guard like I showed before. But as your game evolved, you can modify the half guard passing system into something more refined. I will staple his bottom leg with my shin to immobilize his hips even more. I will get a crossface, windshield wiper my leg to pass in a perfect Kesagatame side control. Another variation consists of stapling the leg, getting the crossface, and long stepping directly. I will now control the bottom leg and roll his hips up to finish the side control. I could also staple the bottom leg, and now I will underhook the far leg. I will now backstep. This variation stretches him even more, but to finish the side control, I still need to control his hips on the bottom leg.